Heyo everybody, Haku here with another live reaction for Torre de Dios, or Tower of God Season 3, Episode 67. Overall, it's Chapter 484. Look, lately, I don't know if I started out this way or not, but I've just started going by the, number up there, even though it includes prologues and everything, as the chapter number. I don't know when I started going by that, but that's just the way it ended up eventually. Last week was awesome. Last week was so good. So we got a Gus-Gus. Now, I had kind of somewhat, I don't even know if I want to say been spoiled on it, but I had seen a thumbnail with who I thought was a Gus-Gus in it, so I was like, okay, not sure what he's doing here. We've seen him like literally twice. We know he was working with FUG, but we don't know like the actual details of it or anything. I'm assuming he's a high ranker. I'm pretty sure we got told that back on the 20th floor. I just recently reread it and I already forget, but yeah, I'm assuming he's a high ranker. But what I wasn't expecting was Mule Love. I had no idea because Mule Love hated FUG. But I'm guessing that the Chicken Love Club loyalty runs stronger than 10 Great Family loyalty, apparently. But yeah, I'm excited to see why Love's here and what he's doing. Plus, there are 3 other people in the Needle. I could have sat and tried to make guesses at who they were, but then I decided, you know what? Let me not try to make guesses on who they are so that I can be surprised when I find out who they are, plus they could just be random new characters I've never met, for all I know. One of them could be Pokken. Pokken was kind of important when he gave the shadow to Reflejo, and then we've literally never seen him again. It could be him. I think Death Lady was in the heart realm of Caracas. It's probably not Death Lady. But yeah, or no, Death Lady and Death Karambit I think may have come out on the battlefield, but the other servants of Karaka were in the heart realm. So yeah, I don't know if it'll be any of them. It could be anyone. I don't want to make too many guesses. Let's just start reading. Also, as far as I know, next chapter is the last one before hiatus, so we only have one more after this one. I'm interested to see where they'll go. But the centerpiece, there was a ton that happened at the first wall. There was the stuff with Dekoko, the stuff with Lefave, and Alpathian, but the centerpiece was the versus Calavan stuff, and I kind of feel like for the next wall, the centerpiece is probably going to be the Yusracha stuff, and especially Yama versus Yusracha. I don't know how many other characters will get involved, but that's what I'm assuming is going to be the main focus of this next area. Alright, so we have Bomb using the spell. Or, well, breaking the spell, not using the spell. And then Fire, now. They're going to launch the needle from the little needle launching ship. Alright, we see it crashing into the wall there. Things splitting apart. I'm excited to see how this all goes, who those other characters are. More destruction panels. Okay, smoke clearing. The needle goes through the other side. Alright. Here we go. And now, I'm assuming all of Fuchil's forces will focus their attacks on it then. Okay. The second defensive wall. 1. Alright, yeah. Fuchil ordering the attack, I would assume. Checking my recording, making sure everything still looks alright. Alright. All troops, prepare for attack. Fire the cannons. Slay the enemies who come through the wall. And the needle opens up. The tip of the needle. Oh? Is this an attack already? It destroys one of their ships, it looks like. Augusgus! Oh! Okay, so we get to see how strong he is. How many people did you bring with you? Even as a high ranker, I've never seen so many troops at once. And Fuchil looks surprised. After seeing those cute little regulars on the test floor, seeing these rankers here, almost makes me sick. Okay. I just can't believe we're getting a Gus-Gus in action. Like, after the 20th floor, he was just dropped for so long. It's so cool that he's back. Armored soldiers, charge. Alright. And he makes another attack. It almost looks like REA swordsmanship. I mean, it would make sense with his hair color and eye color. Is he REA? It seems like a lot of 10 family members are in FUG. Shinsu drawing. Zigzag. Okay, maybe it's something different then. What a cool power. I like this. You just cut that dude straight in half. Oh, I really like a Gus-Gus. Okay. Animas, release the Shinwei from the fishbowl. Oh, they're using Shinwei. Sometimes they use that translation, sometimes they don't. I like when they use Shinwei, though. Or I guess it shouldn't even be pronounced Shinwei, but that's the way I always said it because of the old translation. Ah, that's so cool, though. And there are these guys from last time, the guys holding the giant jars. That's so cool. Okay. And I like we're getting a lot of detail of just like the random soldiers, the creatures they're sending out. I like that we're getting so much detail for this little stuff. Alright, and we have a blast going towards Augusgus then, and he just blocks it. I wonder, like, okay, so he's a high ranker, but how strong of a high ranker? Is he like 500-ish, like Yuri / Karaka level probably? Or is he like straight up like top 300 insane combat skills, you know? Circle. Okay, so he's using his Shinsu drawing again. The circle. That's so cool. Now we see this creature looks like it's charging up another blast. Freaking mule love. Okay, I'm excited. Hoo-ah! Seriously? FUG? Okay, we're getting a flashback. Test Director Augusgus? Is it really true? How did you find out? I came upon it while going through the files yesterday. The location and purpose of your last business trip was top secret, so I tracked the course of the floating ship and found out it was headed for a place involved with FUG. Is it true? Yeah. He just tells him, how could you, a ranker administration... Wait, how could you ranker administration office whole time? That is not solid English. I'm going to have to guess what they're saying. How could you be part of it? Or how could the ranker administration office not notice? So yeah, either he's asking how he could be part of the administration office this whole time, and he's involved with them apparently, or he's asking how could the administrator or administration office not notice. I've got to tell the authorities right away. I'm assuming the latter. I think he's trying to say how could they have not noticed. I've got to tell the authorities right away. Stop right there, love. What's that? It's a record of all the fried chicken you've bought with company funds outside of work hours, Chicken Love Club. It's proof that you've been embezzling money. He's been embezzling money for his chicken. What? And I like, he has, on his pocket there, it's like a red version of that one family tree symbol. Or the one 10 family symbol. What? Embezzling money? You've been telling me for years that I can buy as much chicken as I want. I was just saying that. No company in the tower would ever spend this much money on chicken. Buying this outside of work hours is embezzlement. I never thought you'd actually eat this much. 50 chickens a day? Seriously? You must be out of your mind. I love this. If I send this to the regular I'm assuming they mean ranker administration office again, you're finished. Once you're on the administration office's radar, you'll never get a decent job even as a ranker. But you'll just end up being a ranker who cleans up trash on the outskirts of the tower. You liar. I know quite a bit about you. You entered the tower because FUG murdered your parents. Even after becoming a ranker, you were so obsessed with getting revenge that you joined the dojo of a very famous high ranker at the time and received training to get stronger. The master and his disciples treated you like a member of their own family. Having lost your parents long ago, you probably thought of that place as your new home. I bet those were pretty happy times for you. Okay, are these characters that we're supposed to recognize? I cannot tell. Alright. But that happiness didn't last long. While you were away for a few days, everyone in that dojo was accused of treason against Sahard's army and got slaughtered. But luckily you weren't there with them and survived. You wandered around trying to find a way to clear the names of your dead friends. There shouldn't be a king. But you found out later that it wasn't a false accusation. It was true. In the end, the truth didn't matter to you. Confused by this turn of events, you set aside your thirst for revenge temporarily, and made up all kinds of excuses to run away from the truth and turn your back on the world. Before you finally ended up here, I love how every backstory is just the 10 families and Zahard's army. just completely destroying somebody's life. So it's like they are very, very much the bad guys here. Very obviously the bad guys. How do you know all that? There's a reason I kept you around as my assistant, even though you hate FUG so much. I hired you knowing you dislike both FUG and Zahard's forces. Remember the Slayer candidate you fought before? Zahard's forces are holding his master hostage, so he's waging a war to rescue his master. I owe his master a debt of gratitude too, so I'd like to help the Slayer candidate. And you're gonna have to come with me so I can make sure you don't talk to anyone. What? Why would I go there? I may not like Zahard's forces, but I have no intention of helping evil. I know you wondered about whether the Slayer candidate is evil after you met him. It's true that FUG does a lot of evil things, but is the boy evil for wanting to rescue his master? I don't think so. If anyone, and I like this too from Augusgus, how he's like, FUG isn't like, we aren't necessarily the good guys, but this isn't that evil. If anyone were to find out about you embezzling company funds, you'd be seen as evil too, but that's a false accusation. It doesn't matter. You don't know whether the Slayer candidate was falsely accused either, do you? Just because Fug is the epitome of evil, the epitome of evil to you, doesn't make that boy evil too. He's basically not good or evil. It's like the difference between fried and barbecued chicken. I don't like it either, but if you don't come with me, I'll have to kill you to shut you up. Either way, you risk death, but you'll find the truth somewhere in there too. I'm not telling you to join FUG. I'm asking you to help that boy. If you help me get out of here safely and fight in that war, I'll make sure you're rewarded accordingly. It's up to you to decide. That was a long flashback, but I really liked it. Oh, in the end, I had to bite the bullet and accept Lord Augusgus's proposal. But he probably planned this whole thing, including those files I found. Oh, I love this. Alright, upshoot. The money I agreed to put my life on the line for was sent to me right away. You've just received an insane amount of money. I love that's the pocket notification, and it was way too much money to refuse. And along with a promise to help me escape before anyone else, he promised to help me find the bastard who killed my parents. Really? I mean it. And above all... Oh? Is this going to be him finding his companions? I can't forgive them for holding his master hostage. I love this. This is going to be so good. There may not be a right answer to the question of whether fried or barbecue chicken is better, but to me, you people love Lethal Move, are evil, and he cuts through Change Up. He cuts through the creature that they summoned. I love this, getting to see Love go in first. I think it's time for you guys to get out there too. Okay, who is this going to... Okay, so I think that is Sophia that was in the middle. That was one that I kind of think I guessed last video, and a couple other people were guessing too. Okay. Shake hands. Yes, Miss Sophia. Are they like that tribe that's, they're twins? Are they, what were their name? Like, Rebo and Lebo or something? I don't remember. The tribe that Wangdom fought? Those people in the workshop battle? Yes, Miss Sophia. Inside the hole made by the needle, the canines, Bam and his team. Alright? The battle's already begun on the other side of the wall. We'd better hurry. Rack riding on top of the ship. But if we all rush in there at once, there's a good chance we'll fall right into the enemy's line of fire. If we find an opening, if we find an opening in the enemy's attacks, the lead troops will go in first, followed by the rest in turn, just like we planned. The canines will stay in the rear and charge in after. I know it sucks, but Yusracha knows what the canines are capable of. We may have come prepared, but we can't send in the canines first when we have no idea what kind of trick Yusracha's got up his sleeve. Give up on getting revenge on Yusracha? What do you mean? I mean, if you're trying to get revenge, forget about it. You can't beat Yusracha. And he's talking to Doom. And of course Doom is like, do not mess with this guy. How do you know, Doom? As long as I avoid that skill of his, it's still not possible. You're underestimating Yusracha. Do you have any idea how powerful he is? I heard a lot about him from our father. He was both wary and afraid of Yusracha, but no one else in our family except our father expected Yusracha could be such a monster. When Yusracha first came to the Lopobia family, everyone called him a nameless pet cat. All he ever did was sit next to the leader of the family and act cute. But it turns out he was a wild beast. Oh, I like this. We're getting more backstory on Yusracha then. Are you sure it's okay to move on to the next wall with Calavan, the 4th Army Corps? Relax. It didn't seem like he was thinking about stabbing us in the back. You saw their flagship blown up right in front of us. I know he only promised to help until he gets rid of the new 4th Army Corps commander, and we saved Jinsung Ha, but having one less enemy to fight, even for a little while, is a big advantage to us. Trying to fight them in Yusracha at the same time would cost us way too many lives. And I like this. So he's not like really working with them. It's just that he's like, okay, ceasefire until you save Jinsung and we kill Liboric. Then ceasefire is over. Warian said it's okay, so let's just trust her. We're here to rescue Jinsung Ha after all. Right, even though it's only temporary. I never imagined I'd end up fighting alongside Calavan, and we see Calavan and Chonhee. Okay, so I like this. Again, we're just building up more right now for us to see this next wall where it's going to focus on fighting Yusracha. So I'm assuming that Liboric's probably not going to get involved until the last, like once they get past the 3rd wall and they're there at the nest. I feel like that's when Masheni and Liboric's new squadron will get involved, is when they're at the actual nest itself. So this wall, I guess Calavan might help them fight Liboric's squadron, but I'm not sure. Or he might just hang out, might try to sneak around and get to where Liboric is at the actual nest. So it's kind of questionable whether he'll help fight non-Liboric people or not. But at least for now, like I said, there's a ceasefire, which is cool. Yeah, this was a really good chapter. Sorry, my voice keeps giving out on me, because it's really early in the morning. But yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get this video up as soon as possible. Like if you did like the video, comment down there. Tell me what you thought of this chapter, my first reactions and all that. Follow on Twitter if you want. Subscribe if you want. Some more Tower of God, much more on the channel. Like I said in last week's video and updates and stuff, while this this hiatus is going on, I can catch up on reviews so that I can get back to doing those weekly right after I do the reactions. I can catch up on doing the anime reviews. I want to review every episode of that, probably starting hopefully tomorrow or the day after. And then, I don't know, there's just a ton of other Tower of God stuff that I have planned or that I have partially made that I can finish. So yeah, either way, that's it. If you want a link to the Discord server, ask and I'll give you one. And if you would like to help support the channel on Patreon so that I can continue to make these videos, it's patreon.com/Haku of the tubes, or a link will be in the description. But either way, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.